Warm welcome, Markus Termin, Astrologisches Stundenbuch, Astrological Book of the Hours. It's the 8th of January 2024. This is the chart for today. The moon is in the sign of Sagittarius. We are in a pre-new moon position. Lilith in the sign of Virgo has oppositions to the Pisces planets. Jupiter's moving direct. Mars is in the sign of Capricorn and is stable. And we are approaching the trine in between, still retrograde, I think, until the 23rd of January, retrograde Uranus to the Sun. Actually, it's the 27th of January when Uranus will turn direct. But this is one of the aspects. It's coming up not today, but the day after tomorrow, and it's approaching. So this is one stable trine of change, of course. And you might, because it's Uranus, and you might have heard of the farmers' protests in Germany, which are interesting astrologically. As you can see, the sun in the sign of Capricorn, that's the sun in the sign of Capricorn, hits the Saturn of the chart of Germany from 1999. And Saturn is the one who's ruling the farmer thing, the farmer business in general, because it's house 6, and the trine in between Saturn and Uranus is from house 11 to house 6, and that means it has the power of changing things, maybe even changing the society. The chart of Germany, I found it very, very helpful to look at that as Neptune, when it moves over the Pisces moon of Germany, which is in house 9. Germany always wants to be abroad, wants to be somewhere else, doesn't feel well at home and things like that. At least a lot of people. It showed a lot of evidence when Neptune crossed the moon after 2019, 2020, 2021. There was a lot of reaction by this Neptune crossing the moon, and that's when I started to trust this chart. This really shows something of Germany. Interesting enough, farmers' protests in Germany have a tradition. We are not out of history in the sense of protests and revolutions for a long time. There's a story written by Heinrich von Kleist, a very famous German writer, in the 19th century, called Michael Kohlhaas. And it was a revolution, a pre-revolution in a very early stage of we couldn't talk about a state at this time. It was kingdoms and things like that. But what really happened is some nobleman stole the race horses of this farmer and ruined them. And there was one single farmer who started a civil war. And we don't want a civil war in Germany. Actually, we don't want things like that. But whenever farmers start to protest and put their heavy machines on the ground, well, it's interesting that the protest scene of 2024 starts in Germany, and I must confess I'm a little proud of that. And what will come out of that? It's going to be something that we will have to watch. And even farmers from abroad, from Romania, from the Netherlands, from France, come to Germany to express their protest. And this is my hope, that the Pluto side, which will hit the German chart from outside, will not be heavy violence, but will be, for instance, farmers coming from all over Europe to Germany to express their political will in a peaceful way to change the system of fraud in general. We're not using expressively words here because we are on an official channel, and that's not possible. But anyhow, for those who are watching this little show to have an idea of the daily energy, it's the pre-new moon energy in general. It's a balsamic moon. It's not a bad energy. Moon will hit Venus this evening in the sign of Sagittarius, so it's a good day to make plans for the coming year. And then there's a last chart that I want to have a view on. Maybe you can stop this movie to see that. This is the very day, not today, but this is the very day, the 27th of January, when the last one of the big boys, Uranus, comes to a standstill and will move directly. And when it does so, it will have another trine to Mars and Mercury in the sign of Capricorn. What does that mean? That just means the protests are just starting. This is just the beginning. It's going to be huge and it's going to be bigger, and other people are going to participate in it. And hopefully, we are at the dawn of the time of German people waking up and putting out some resistance against politics that are not really in their interest. Thank you very much for listening. This is Markus Termin, Astrologisches Stundenbuch at the 8th of January 2024. If you want to get in contact with the astrologer, just try the email address up there. Down here at my blog site, you'll find the conditions for a consultation. Happy to see you tomorrow. And there's another melody to get out of this clip.